Welcome everyone to our introduction to responsive web design class. Today we are going to embark on an exciting journey into the world of web design, where we will learn how to create websites that adapt seamlessly to different screens, devices, and screen sizes. So let's dive right in. Now, let's start with the fundamentals. At the core of responsive design, there are flexible layouts. Imagine a web page as a set of building blocks. Instead of using fixed size blocks, we use flexible ones that can adjust in size to different spaces. Now, think of it this way. You have a stack of Legos and you can arrange them differently depending on whether you're building a small house or a skyscraper. Similarly, in web design, we use relative units like percentages and EMS to create adaptable layouts. But that's not all. To make our design truly responsive, we employ something called media queries. Think of media queries as conditional statements for your style sheets. They allow us to apply different styles based on screen characteristics. For example, here is a simple example of a media query in CSS that tells the browser to change the text color to blue when the screen width is less than 600 pixels. This is the magic behind responsive design. It's like having different sets of building instructions for your Legos, depending on the size of Lego table. Responsive design is about flexibility, adaptability, and delivering the best user experience possible. As you continue your journey in web development, remember that responsive design is a must have skill in today's digital world. Okay guys, so now I'm going to teach you some part of responsive design in my desktop on my desktop. So now we're going to open a new HTML file called responsive.html. So responsive.html, we create a file name responsive.html. So we create doctype HTML. So I'll explain everything for you guys. What doctype means, everything about it. So now let me explain what doctype, the meaning of doctype, doctype, what it means. So now doctype HTML declares or specifies that the document is an HTML5 document. This document you see right here is an HTML5 document. So that is what doctype specifies. So now the HTML here, lang and then in. The opening HTML tag defines the beginning of the HTML document. And the lang here defines the language of the HTML of the code. So the language is English. That's what it means. So hope you understand that. And it specifies that the document is in English. So now the head tag. The head section contains metadata about the document, such as character encoding, viewports, this viewport right here, viewport settings for responsive design, and the page title. So now, the next thing we talk about here is meta chasset UTF and then -8. This meta tag it sets the character encoding to UTF-8, which supports a wide range of characters and language. Why the meta name viewport content width device width initial scale 1.0. This meta tag is crucial for responsive design. It configures the viewport to match the device width and sets the initial zoom level to 1.0. Hope you understand that. It sets the zoom level of the website to 1.0. So the next thing we talk about is the title. The title, let's name it my first web page. My first web page. My first web page. So now this is the title of the website. What is the title? The title element defines the title of the web page, which appears in the browser title tab, title bar or tab. Now the next thing, you can also link CSS, link rel style sheet, href, CSS, style.css. This line links an external CSS file. You can name it any file to the HTML document. It's where the styling for the web page is defined. So now this is the title of our website. So now we go to the body of the website. The body of the website. So you can, before the body, you can write a header tag. I'll explain what a header tag means. So now let's go to what an header tag means. An header tag section typically contains introductory content or navigation menus for the web page. Like now, let me open an header tag. So inside the header tag, I can just put an H1 and then I'll just say welcome to my web page. So welcome to my web page. You can also put navigations. Like let me put nav. Nav. You guys know what nav is. Let me explain. Let's first write the code before I explain what everything means. So now the UL, and then under the UL we put the LI. So now let's make this capital letter. It's not a must, it must be capital letter. So now the LI. So inside the LI you can put a link. So with this link we have nothing to put there, so we can just put hashtag, and then inside here we can just write home. Then we copy the same thing. We copy and then we paste, and then we paste. So we put home, and then you can just say about. The next one you can put services, and then the last one you can put contact. So now we're done with this. Now let me explain what they mean. So now the header tag. The header section typically contains introductory content or navigation menus for the web page. It's the head of the website. It's also, but it's not the same with this head. It contains the H1, P, navigations, UL and others. Why the H1? Now let's look at what H1 is. H1, that welcome to my web page. The H1 represents the main heading of the web page, indicating its title. So the H1 is the largest heading in a website. So now we'll go to the nav. What nav means? The nav element is used to define a navigation menu. Now we go to the UL. The UL is an unordered list that contains navigation items. Now the LI. The LI is also known as list. The href and then hash home. What I explained that these lines define individual list items that contain hyperlinks. The link, we don't have the link of where this home should go to, so that is why we put an hashtag and hash. So it defines individual list items that contain hyperlinks to various sections of the website. The hashtag is a placeholder for actual URLs. So now let's open another tag, which is the main tag. Inside the main, I'll explain everything later. Let's just put section. Inside the section you can just put h2. Inside it you can just put about me. You can then under that you can just put and then p and then just say hello, I am a web developer passionate about creating what should we say, creating websites. So let's look for creating websites. So now I'm passionate for creating about creating beautiful I missed that up, that's why, and user friendly and then let's say websites. So this is a p tag. So under this section you can just open another section, and then under this you can just write h2. I'll explain all of this later. So my services. So now my services, under this my services you can just put a ul, and then inside you can put an li. So you can just write responsive web design, and then the next one you can just put, so the next one you can just put website development. So the next one can just put graphic design. So now we have created this. Let me explain that. The main section here, the main section typically contains the main content of the web page. Like now the main content of your web page is under the main tag. So now let's look at the section tag. The section elements represent a section of content. It represents a section of content. In this case there are two sections. So in this case there's about me and there's my services. So about me and my services. Now let's look at the h2. The h2 that is about me here is a subheading that provides a title for the content in this section. Hope you understand that. Why the p, that is also known as the p, is the hello, I'm a web designer, and then the p is a paragraph of text providing information about the web designer. So that is what p means. Now the next we talk about is the ul. ul is another list. It's used to list the web designer services. You can like see I listed my web designing services. So while the li is the items that under the list, under the ul, the li is a list. So now let's create a last section, a last thing right here footer. The footer of the web page. So you can just put P, and then you can just put and copy, and then you can just see 2023. Now see my web page, webpage.com. So what this do, it puts a copy. This is the footer of your web page, the down part of your website. This is and copy means like it puts a copyright sign in under your website. So this 2023 my webpage.com, just write everything down. The footer section typically contains information about the web page, copyright notice, or contact details. The P and copy and everything. This paragraph includes a copyright symbol, that is and copy, and the current year. It signifies that the content is protected by copyright. Hope you understand that now. So now we link this HTML to a CSS file. Let's name it responsive.css. So we know how to link an HTML to CSS. You just come to the head and then link rel and then style sheet, and then you can just put ref responsive.css. Just save it. Then now let's go to the CSS part. Let's open a body. We want to style the body. Now we want to style the body of this website. The body, we open the body. Now the font family, I'll explain this later. The font family is Arial and sans serif. Arial and then sans serif. So Arial and sans serif. The margin should be 0. Padding should be 0. And then the background color should be so. The header, we want to style the header now. The header, then the background color be black, somehow black. Then the color to be white, and then the text align and be center. The padding 20 pixels and then 0. And then we want to style the nav and then the UL. The nav and the UL. So we say list style type none. Padding and then 0. Just say nav li. Nav and the li. Display inline. Can just say margin right 20 pixels. Can just say nav and a. Navigation and the a tag. Text decoration none. Then the color is ash FFF. So now let me explain what all this means. The CSS code in responsive.css defines the style for the HTML element. Now the body here, the font family, this it sets the font family, it removes margin and paddings and specifies a background color. Like you see, it sets the font family of it, it remove the margin, it remove a padding, and it sets the background color of the body. So now the header here, the header, this it styles the header section. This background color is set, it styles it. The text align, the alignment of the text, all the text in the header should be in the center. While the padding 20 pixels, it makes the padding to be 20 pixels. So now the nav and the UL, the styles, it styles the unordered list within the navigation menu, removing list bullets and padding. It removes those list bullets and padding. So now the nav and the li, the nav and the li, it styles the list item in the navigation menu, making them display in line and adding right margin for spacing. Now the nav and the a styles the hyperlinks in the navigation menu, removing underlines and setting the text color to white. This HTML code creates a simple introductory web page with a navigation menu, content section, and basic styling. So now that's the end of this video, but before we end, we're just gonna open this responsive .html. So let's see if it's okay. Yes, you can see this is a good website. I know we didn't style the footer, but we're gonna do it. So now the next thing I'm going to teach you in the next lesson is JavaScript fundamentals. So thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel, like my video, comment if there's any question you need. So thank you for watching this video. God bless you. Bye.